One protects your wealth, the other helps you build it. Real estate has been the cornerstone of American families for generations. Roots planted in the ground, homes passed from one hand to the next. Bitcoin, it's the new frontier, digital, borderless, and designed to preserve value in a way banks and governments can't touch. But here's the question. What if these two worlds, one as old as brick and mortar, the other as new as blockchain, could actually work together? It's still early, not polished yet, but we're already seeing the first steps right here in Sacramento. In this video, we're exploring a powerful question. Can Bitcoin and real estate truly walk side by side? I'll show you 3 strategies that are beginning to take shape. Buyers using Bitcoin directly in real estate transactions. Families collateralizing Bitcoin to fund down payments without selling their holdings. And how to manage risk when blending these two powerful but very different wealth building tools. Now, let's be honest, it's not mainstream. There are obstacles and plenty of refining left to do, but the direction is clear. And if you're here in Sacramento, whether you're a first-time buyer in Citrus Heights or an investor eyeing midtown rentals, this could change the way that you see your money and your future.
Hey, I'm Josh Lasquette, realtor, husband, data-free, and someone who cares deeply about helping families like yours stay grounded in truth while building something lasting for today and the future.
Let's start with the headline idea, buying a home with Bitcoin. Yes, it's possible. Around the country, there have been buyers who purchased million-dollar homes with crypto. Even here in California, we've seen developers and sellers dip their toe into Bitcoin-friendly deals. But let's be clear, it's not mainstream yet. Most sellers here in Sacramento still want US dollars at closing. What typically happens is your Bitcoin is instantly converted into cash through a payment processor at the time of purchase. The seller walks away with dollars, and you walk away with a house. Now, here's the challenge. It's not seamless. Between taxes, timing the market, and security of the transaction, there are a lot of moving parts. This isn't like swiping your debit card, and that's why representation matters. Now, if you're serious about exploring this path, you need a realtor who understands both the traditional side, contracts, negotiations, inspections, and the digital side with wallets, custody, and risk management. Locally, I can see this catching traction first in Sacramento's younger, tech-savvy neighborhoods like East Sac and Midtown, where professionals are more open to experimenting. Out in Fair Oaks or Carmichael, probably slower to catch on, but like every innovation, it starts in pockets, then it spreads. Now, here's where the future starts to look really promising. What if you didn't have to sell your Bitcoin to buy a home? That's the idea behind collateralizing Bitcoin. Some lenders are experimenting with allowing borrowers to use their Bitcoin as security for a loan, basically borrowing against it, similar to how you might use a stock portfolio for margin or a house for a HELOC. Why does this matter? Because selling Bitcoin can trigger taxes and pull you out of a long-term position that you believe in. But by collateralizing, you keep your Bitcoin invested while still unlocking the cash that you need for a down payment. Picture this. You've been stacking sats for years. You're ready to buy your first home in Citrus Heights, Fair Oaks, or maybe even a rental duplex in Carmichael. Instead of liquidating Bitcoin and losing long-term growth, you post it as collateral, buy the house, and now you're building equity in 2 places at once, your home and your digital assets. Of course, this is still very new. Very few lenders are offering it, and the terms aren't standardized. Some require huge over-collateralization because of Bitcoin's volatility. Others pull back when markets swing, but the direction is clear. It's coming. And for Sacramento buyers, this could be the bridge that turns renters into homeowners without having to sacrifice their future upside. Now, this all sounds exciting, but let's pump the brakes for a second. None of this works without smart risk management. Real estate is stable, tangible. It's the roof over your head, the yard where your kids play, the investment you can touch and improve. Historically, it has weathered ups and downs and still provided security for families in Sacramento. Now, Bitcoin is different. It's digital, decentralized, and yes, volatile. The swings can be gut-wrenching. But for long-term holders, it's proven to outpace traditional inflation and act as a hedge against money printing. So what's the key? Don't over-leverage. Don't put your family at risk by betting too much on one side. Now, I often tell clients, let your home be your anchor and your Bitcoin be your hedge. The home gives you stability, security, and memories. Bitcoin gives you protection against inflation and long-term upside. And together, they can complement each other if managed wisely. Right now, the systems connecting the two aren't fully built, but brick by brick, they're getting stronger. And those who start learning today will be the ones most ready when this becomes common practice. At the end of the day, this isn't about Bitcoin or real estate on their own. It's about legacy. I think about my kids. I want them to grow up in a home that's more than just walls and a square footage. It's where birthdays are celebrated, where faith is nurtured, and where lessons about life are passed down. That's what real estate provides, a foundation, a place to belong. But I also want them to understand that the future is shifting. Tools like Bitcoin are teaching us to think differently, to question systems, to value independence, and to build wealth in ways that weren't possible a generation ago. For me, it all ties back to three things: faith, family, and stewardship. Faith grounds me, family is my purpose, and stewardship means being wise with what I've been entrusted with. Whether that's a piece of property in Sacramento or a digital asset in a wallet. Neither is perfect. Both come with risks, but together they represent freedom, security, and hope. And that's the real goal, not just building wealth, but building a legacy worth passing on. Now, if this video opened your eyes to what's possible, don't just let it pass you by. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share it with a friend who's curious about where all this is headed. And if you're here in Sacramento, buying your first home, selling to move forward, or investing for the future, let's talk. I'm here to guide you, not just through transactions, but through strategy that builds stability and prepares you for what's next. You'll find my links below for a free discovery call, and I'd love to connect. And remember, a single smile is infectious. It can spread joy and cover a mile. We'll see you next time.